Early yesterday, around 11:53 with GMT, NASA's Parker Solar Probe was recorded to be around 6.9 million kilometers only from the surface of the Sun. Now, if not sure what this is, the Parker Solar Probe is a NASA space probe launched in 2018 with the purpose of observing the Sun's outer corona. Now, one of the questions that popped into my mind when I heard this was, how come it doesn't melt? Because up until this point, the Parker Solar Probe is the closest man-made object to have ever reached that distance from the Sun, meaning it's the only object ever in recorded human history to get that close. This is actually quite revolutionary. Now again, one of the questions that popped into my mind when I read this article was, how come it didn't melt? What makes it so resistant to the heat made by our star? After doing some light research, I found that the spacecraft is equipped with a carbon foam shield made with a carbon-to-carbon composite sandwiching on carbon foam. Now, while on Earth, the probe was tested using the shield, and the shield was able to withstand temperatures of at least 1,200 degrees Celsius. Now again, that's pretty high, but the surface of our star's temperature is at least 6,000 degrees Celsius. Well, the panel doesn't exactly absorb the heat so much as it reflects it. Now, what happens is that as the Sun irradiates the probe with heat, it actually reflects most of it off its surface, absorbing a little, enough to heat it up, but not enough to do so much damage to the scientific observation equipment on board the probe. Now, what's even more interesting about the probe is that currently it is actually the fastest moving man-made object ever, reaching speeds of 692,000 kilometers per hour. That's so fast, it could cover the distance between London and New York in 23 seconds. And by 2025, when it reaches its closest proximity yet to our star, it's recorded to even be going several times faster. Okay, now that might be a slight exaggeration, but still, as this revolutionary piece of equipment continues to brave the harsh conditions of space until making its final planned flyby on July 19th, 2025, we can only pray. If you want to hear more about the Parker Solar Probe, leave a comment, and if you want to hear more interesting, fascinating facts